How's it going, ladies and gents? We're driving to work right now. I feel like I haven't sold a car in forever because I was on vacation for a week and a half. Last week I came back. I worked Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, sold nothing. Sunday, obviously, we're closed. Monday, which is what I want to talk to you about now, I went to New Jersey Motorsport Park for a training event. Tuesday I'm off, and now it's Wednesday morning and I'm driving in. So we got a couple more days of the month. I got to knock out some sales. I got to figure out something and get some cars down the road. We're driving in my 2018 Chevrolet Volt. It has 48,548 miles on it. We're on Route 80 East. We're driving, 55, 60. Roads are a little congested, but not too bad. I do have it set in L. This way I can do one pedal driving, which is great. As traffic slows down, I could just let off the throttle and slow down. I also have my regenerative braking paddle on the steering wheel here. The beauties of owning an electric Chevrolet. Anyway, the Chevrolet training event, it's called the Find New Roads Experience. It was at New Jersey Motorsport Park, I believe it's called, in South Jersey. It's like a 2.5-hour drive from where I live. So I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning, was in the car by 4, got down there by 7:30, right when it was starting. And you basically have a jam-packed day of training and learning with a lot of seat time in the vehicles, which is great. So like for instance, they have the Chevrolet Bolt. We did a Super Cruise test drive because it was a local highway that Super Cruise was compatible with. So they took us out in the Chevrolet Bolt and we were able to experience Super Cruise, which I thought was awesome. It was a relatively quiet road, but I thought at first it would be a little nerve-wracking maybe using Super Cruise and taking your hands off the steering wheel, but I felt totally confident in it. Now I wasn't on a road like this where there's a lot of traffic and a lot of turns and stuff like that, so it might be a different case here, but I gotta tell you, it did feel neat to just sit there and have the car do its thing with your hands at your lap. It was pretty nice. They also had us do a trailering demo, which was really cool. They have 2500 Silverados with the Chevrolet trailer attached, and they kind of go through the different camera features and the different things that you can do and that the truck can do while you're trailering. But I was most impressed with the invisible trailer camera, where you can mount a camera on the back of your trailer, and then on the screen it looks just like this, where you see like your trailer, but you see an image of what's behind it. So it kind of fills in the whole gap as if you're looking behind the trailer. It was awesome. It was really pretty cool. Plus you can run the camera on all the time while you're driving. And as you turn to like the right or the left, it actually puts on the side view camera. Now I don't have a picture of that, but picture a camera that is where your mirror is, and it looks down the whole side of your truck, trailer, and everything. And it just stays on the screen as you're driving. So you always have those views around you, like especially if you're on a highway like this, you don't have to necessarily even check mirrors as much because you'll have it right there on the screen. So that was probably the demo I was most impressed with, because I don't do a lot of trailering, I don't sell a lot of 2500s, so we don't experience that sort of thing. So an event like this is perfect for that. Then of course they have like Suburbans and Tahoes where you're doing drives in those vehicles. They always have competitive vehicles, so they had some Ford Expeditions. We also did a drive with the Trailblazer and compared it to the Jeep Renegade, the Honda HR-V, and the Toyota, I forget which Toyota it was, CR-V is Honda. I don't know, one of those little small Toyotas. So, it's pretty cool. You get to experience your vehicle and the competitors' vehicles as well. They did have a Traverse and an Equinox for 2022, which have both been refreshed, so it was nice to kind of see those. And then basically the highlight of the trip is the Corvette Drive. And it's awesome. They put us in a helmet, they put us in a Corvette, and you follow a pro driver in their car. So they kind of talk you to it on radios, and you're doing a couple laps or a few laps, and as you do each lap, they increase speed more and more, and you get to get a really cool feel to drive the car in a performance setting. Now, I wasn't paying attention to how fast we were going. I would say on the back stretch, we probably hit 100, maybe just there or just over. But it was really cool to kind of get a feel for the car and drive it in a legal and a controlled environment like that, at speed. It was a lot of fun. But what was even more fun than that was that after you do your drive, immediately you hop out and you get into the passenger seat. A pro driver hops in the car and they take you on a hot lap around the track. And I don't even know how to put it in words other than it's unreal. It's absolutely unreal what that car is capable of. It's complete sensory overload, absolutely amazing what that car can do. I remember at one point thinking like, unless you experience it, and I don't bring the camera with me to these training events because it's a fast-paced environment, there's a lot of learning, and I don't want to be the guy there with a video camera trying to make a vlog out of it. So I don't bring the camera, but the camera wouldn't do it justice anyway. It's like you're coming into turns. Like there was one spot when we came down the track and under a bridge, and then you hard brake for a left corner. And at the time when I was going under that bridge, I remember looking down and we were doing about 75 to 80. When I was in the car with him, right before he hit the brakes, we were at about 120. You know, incredibly fast. And you're going into these corners thinking like, there's no way the car is gonna do this. And as it's doing it, you're like, there's no way the car should be on the track right now. Like it doesn't even make sense that the car can stick to the track the way it does with these guys driving it. It's insane. The car is super, super impressive. I can't imagine a Z06, or if they do come out with like an E-Ray version or something like that with even more power. You know, this platform of this C8 has just started, and you know, it's going to be incredible as they get to higher performance models. I think the main limitation of this car is going to be tires. Like eventually the tires, you would think, have to break free, you know, on a track, in a track situation. But absolutely incredible experience. Learned a lot. Now we're going to take that knowledge, we're going to apply it to work, and we're going to sell some cars. And what cars do we have to sell? Let me show you. Quick update. 22 Equinoxes. We have looks like 3 left plus 1 in the showroom. So one of them must have sold. I have 2 21 models. We still have the Blazer. We still have the one Traverse. The Trail Boss, I promise you, is leaving. The gentleman that bought it is actually from Michigan, so he's just arranging a flight to get here, and then they're gonna send that down the road. And we did get 3 Bolts in. We got 2 EUVs, 1 regular EV, and actually we still have the blue one. I have a customer test driving that vehicle right now. Used cars, looks like we have a bunch of holes here. We sold one of the trucks. Looks like all the Traverses are gone. Something was parked here. I want to say it was another Cruise. That obviously is gone. And we must have sold the Trax. So a bunch of used cars did sell in the last 2 days. Later on, we'll get out here. We'll make sure we fill in those spots. We'll get that rearranged. And here we just have our whole line of Chevy Equinoxes, just like we did in the last video. My customer just got back in the Bolt. They were impressed. They liked it a lot. They were kind of gathering information at the moment. They like the vehicle. They think that they're gonna maybe do something before the end of the month. So we have a couple more days. She wants to come back with her husband to have him obviously drive it and that sort of thing. So it was an information gathering experience, which is what a lot of people have to do, and you have to have confidence in your presentation that they're not just going to go to the next store and buy one there. They're going to come back to you because of the way you treated them. That's the way this business, you know, is in my mind. I'm not really too concerned with not closing somebody on the spot and putting that kind of pressure on them if I know that there's other parties that aren't here and if they need a little bit of time to think about it. And that way it works well for me, not only for closing deals, but also repeat business down the road. I'm just going to take this for a quick spin around to our storage lot so we can talk about the Chevy S10 from my last video and the actual original total price of that truck. This is the Bolt EUV, phenomenal vehicle. You know, same powertrain like we're used to from the previous generation Bolt, but just nicer styling in my opinion. Definitely more comfortable seat, a nicer layout on the dashboard with a much easier interface to use as far as the you know, the electronics and all when compared to the previous model Bolt. You can see our lot here is getting completely overgrown. We actually rent this lot down here. It's not our property. So I don't know if it's our responsibility to take care of these weeds or if it's the place that owns it. But in any event, we don't do nothing with it. Here's the S10. When I first was going to put this on film, I thought to myself, oh man, you know, these guys are going to attack this thing in the comments, but it actually showed up very well on camera. Now, the truck does have, you know, its issues. You know, it's got rust issues, it's got paint issues, it's got mechanical issues. You know, when something is 367,000 miles and it's 30 years old, the customer most likely had to do some maintenance and some repairs and things of that nature to this vehicle. So I actually checked with service. It's had 2 engines put in, it's had a transmission put in. So the customer kept this thing alive because he wanted to, you know, keep it alive and keep driving it. But now it's not worth anything to anybody. You know, it would need too much work, too much. There's definitely too much rust on it, which you really can't tell in video. But trust me, it's there. One of the funniest comments I got on this video was a guy saying that the Carfax must be an Encyclopedia Dramatica. It is actually an 11-page Carfax of maintenance. Again, with some repairs mixed in. Now, in the last video, I asked you guys to guess, and we'll play a little game and see who can get the closest to the original MSRP of the vehicle. So I have the window sticker here. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Basically, standard vehicle price of this vehicle was $9,689. We talked about it, that it had the preferred equipment group, which was like the Tahoe trim, the power steering, the cassette player, chrome bumper, 14-inch wheels, the sliding rear window, and auxiliary lighting. That package was $1,841. This was upgraded to a 4-speed automatic transmission with overdrive, which was $890. It had the 4.3-liter V6 gas engine, which was $620. The high back bucket seats, which were $136, and the heavy-duty rear springs, which were $64. So when you added the standard vehicle price and the options, you got to $13,240. Back then, there was a destination fee of $470, which brought us to $13,710. But because we ordered the preferred equipment group, you actually saved $1,602. So with that savings, total vehicle price, $12,108. Now, what's a contest without a prize, right? So what I decided to do was I'm going to gift a Dave B. Sell Chevy crew pack to the person that came, the first person that came the closest to $12,108 without going over at the time of me recording this video right now. And actually 3 people said $12,000. Sean Adams, you were the first one to say it, the first comment. So I already reached out to you. I'm going to send you a Dave B. Sell Chevy crew pack. And, you know, listen, enjoy it. And hopefully we can do some more things like this in the future. If you're wondering what the Dave B. Sell Chevy crew pack is, go onto my website. It's linked down below, davebsellchevy.com, and check it out for yourself. Dude, there's nothing going on. Nothing. There's nothing going on. There's a little bit going on. I did just sell a Corvette C8 reservation for 2022, so that's cool. Other than that, you can see in the showroom, we have no cars. What did we sell, the Equinox that was in here? Yeah. The Equinox sold that was in here. You know, so the showroom's empty, and we just don't have enough cars outside to actually bring in and have them here on display, and then also have cars outside to test drive. So we figured we might as well leave what we have out there. But we'll probably get a Bolt EUV or something in here, I would say, by tomorrow. By the way, this is Tatiana. So what we're thinking is doing a Tatiana takeover, where Tatiana takes the GoPro and she films her day. If you're interested in that, let us know in the comments down below.